Good morning. It's a cold and a frosty start to the day today. Temperatures in parts of Yorkshire are currently -8, but there's some sunshine the further east that you are. Rain already in the west, accompanied by strong winds going to push east through the day, falling as snow at all levels, especially across northern England and Scotland. I'll have all the details throughout this morning's programme.
We're going to need to, actually, today. It is so cold.
There's a lot of love.
Big heart back to you, obviously. But it's cold now, isn't it? Layers are out, big, thick, woolly hats.
It is. It's very cold this morning, actually. Temperatures have fallen away, for example, in parts of Yorkshire to -8 overnight, part of Oxfordshire, -7. There's a widespread frost and also the risk of ice on untreated surfaces. Now, as well as being cold today, we've got a weather front coming in from the west, bringing in some rain, some strong winds and also some snow, a lot of which will be in the hills, but some of it will get down to lower levels. Here's the radar picture. You can see the rain coming in across Northern Ireland. Here's the hill snow, but some of that even will get down to lower levels as we go through the next couple of hours. So it's a bright start, a sunny start when the sun does get up in central and eastern parts. But as the weather front moves from the west towards the east, the cloud will build. And as the rain engages with the cold air, it will fall readily to snow at sea level, even across parts of Scotland, northern England, possibly as far south as the Midlands. But the further south that you are, it's more likely to be snow on the hills rather than at sea level. Windy wherever you are today as well. The strongest winds will be out towards the west, where at times we'll have gusts to gale force. And temperature-wise, well, 3 to about 9 degrees is what we're looking at, but it will feel colder than that because of the wind. Now, through this evening and overnight, there goes our weather front producing the rain. We'll see a lot of showers, a lot of those wintry, falling to sea level from Wales into northern England, Northern Ireland, and also in through Scotland. Further south, any showers are likely to only be wintry in the tops of the hills. It's going to be another cold night. There'll be a frost and the risk of ice on untreated surfaces. So tomorrow, windy again, possibly gales across the southwest as a weather front comes in, pushing from the west to the east. Again, hill snow and sleet on this one. We think its northern extent at this stage will be the M4 corridor, but for the rest of the UK, we are looking at a mixture of sunshine and showers. Again, those showers wintry, down to sea level if you catch one, and it's going to be another cold day. Naga and John. A year. Oh no, I'll have to make amends with that one, Naga. I can't speak this morning.
I know, there's nothing new.
Yes, that's right, Naga, on both counts. Some of us will see snow even at lower levels today. It's a cold start to the day. Temperatures are widely below freezing and quite a bit below freezing as well. So there's a widespread frost and the risk of ice on untreated surfaces. And it's turning wet and windy already from the west. That's producing some snow, and more of us will see some snow as we go through the day, but not all of us. Now, what's happening is we've got this warm front coming in. Behind it, there'll be less cold air, but it's not going to last because then we have a cold front following on, bringing cold air in behind that. This is the radar picture for now. You can see where we've got the rain. You can also see where we've got the snow in Northern Ireland. Most of this will be in the hills, but we could see some of it getting down to lower levels through the course of the morning. So a bright, sunny, cold, frosty start for many parts of the UK. But as the weather front producing all this rain bumps into that cold air, we will start to see the snowfall, especially across Scotland at low levels, northern England at low levels, possibly as far south as the Midlands at low levels. As we come further south, it's more likely to be hill snow, and then behind it we see the less cold air, so it turns rapidly back to rain, and then later on we see a return to the colder air. Now, these are the wind gusts, so wherever you are today it's going to be windy. That means where we've got lying snow in Scotland and northern England, there could be drifting and also blizzards for a time, and the strongest winds with gales at times, gusts to gale force, will be out towards the west. Temperatures, wherever you are, it's going to feel cold. We're looking roughly 3 in the north to about 7, maybe 9 in Plymouth. Now, through this evening and overnight, here is that weather front pushing away into the North Sea. Behind it, a plethora of wintry showers, even down to sea level from Wales northwards. And it's going to be another cold night in prospect. We're looking at temperatures freezing in some places to +5 in others. So not as cold as the night just gone, but there still will be a widespread frost and still the risk of ice on untreated surfaces. Tomorrow then, we're in between two weather fronts, but we do have a westerly wind blowing in these showers. Again, some of them will be wintry to lower levels, but we won't all see them because, of course, they are showers. We also have another system coming across the southwest, bringing some rain, some hill snow and sleet, and also windy conditions. We will have gales across the southwest and also through the English Channel. These are our temperatures, 4 to about 9, maybe 10, as we sweep down towards St Helier. Then as we move into the weekend, well, we've got this first front coming across us, getting rid of that ridge of high pressure, and then a second one coming in a bit later on. So that means, translated, on Saturday, it's going to be a windy day. There's the risk of gales across the southwest and the English Channel. We've got all this rain pushing through, and behind it a mixture of sunshine and showers. Some of those on the tops of the hills especially are likely to be wintry, with highs between 6 and 11. John and Naga. Good morning. It's a cold and a frosty start to the day with the risk of ice on untreated surfaces. But for many central and eastern areas, we're starting off with some sunshine. That won't last. Rain and strong winds already in the west are pushing eastwards, and as they bump into the cold air, some of us will see some snow, even at sea level. I'll have all the details later in the programme. Both good morning to you. It is indeed Naga. It's one of our Weather Watchers pictures sent in from Lincolnshire this morning. You can see it's a frosty start. We've got a widespread frost. Temperatures in parts of Yorkshire last night fell to almost -8, and in Oxfordshire to almost -7. Now it's going to be wet and windy today. Snow coming out of this system bringing that in. And for many of us, we'll see that on the hills, but for some, we'll have it at lower levels. It's been moving across Northern Ireland already this morning, turning back to rain now. We've got some less cold air following on behind it. But after a frosty start with the risk of ice on untreated surfaces, it will be a sunny one across central and eastern areas before the weather front moves from the west to the east, bumps into that cold air, and we start to see some snow, even at low levels, across Scotland, northern England, possibly as far south as the North Midlands. But farther south, it's more likely to be snow in the hills, and it will be short-lived because the less cold air follows on behind, so it will readily turn back to rain. Now, it's going to be a windy day wherever you are today. The strongest winds out towards the west and the northwest, where we could have gusts up to gale force, and it's going to be a cold one wherever you are as well. Temperatures today ranging from 3 to about 9 degrees north to south. Through this evening and overnight, there goes our weather front moving away. There will be a plethora of showers following on behind, wintry in nature, even to lower levels. Of course, there's showers, so we won't all see them. And temperatures, well, cold again. Not quite as cold as last night, but it will still be cold enough for some frost and also the risk of ice. Into tomorrow then, the northern half of the country still seeing these wintry showers, whereas the southern half having a weather front moving across South Wales and southern England, bringing in some rain, some hill snow and some sleet, and it will also be windy in the south, particularly around the southwest and the English Channel, where once again we could well have gusts up to gale force. John and Naga. Some, John, yes. We're starting off on a very cold note for starters. A widespread frost. These are the current temperatures. In Charlwood, it's -5. In Birmingham, -2. Lossiemouth, +1. But in Aberdaron, it's 7 degrees. Now, the forecast today has got snow in it. This is the radar and snow picture. You can see the rain coming in, bumping in to the cold air across Northern Ireland, falling as snow. Now it's doing the same across Scotland. And it will continue to do that as this warm front moves its rain from the west to the east, bumping into that cold air. But behind the warm front, there's less cold air. And behind that cold front, the air turns cold once again. So it's a frosty start across many parts, with some sunshine when it gets up and the risk of ice. And here comes that weather front moving from the west to the east. We could have snow to low levels across parts of Scotland, northern England, possibly as far south as the Midlands. But in the south itself, it's more likely to be hill snow with rain, possibly sleet at lower levels. We could have as much as 5 to 10 centimetres, especially on higher ground across northern England and Scotland. In the Highlands, that could be 15 centimetres. Now, these black circles represent wind gust strengths. So with those kind of strengths of wind, we are looking at the potential for blizzards and also for snowdrifts across higher routes in the north of the country. Gusty winds are out towards the west, gusting to gale force at times, especially in the northwest itself, and it will feel cold in that wind as well. These are our temperatures, 3 to about 8 degrees. So you can see where our weather front bringing the rain and snow is. Behind it, less cold air, and then our cold front comes in and we will see a return to cooler conditions. There goes the weather front then, and then tonight we're looking at a plethora of wintry showers, even down to sea level, but they are of course wintry, so that does mean not all of us will see them in the showers. And it's going to be another cold night, once again with a widespread frost, although not quite as cold as last night. Also the risk of some ice on untreated surfaces. Tomorrow we're in between weather fronts, but we've got this wee one scooting across southern areas. So that's going to bring in some rain, some hill snow and sleet moving from the west to the east, accompanied by gusty winds, gusting to gale force across the southwest and also the English Channel. Move north of that, and we're looking at sunshine and showers, but those showers still wintry, and the nature of showers is we won't necessarily all see one. Might get a little bit of thunder mixed in and amongst them at times, and it is going to be a cold day ahead on Friday. So as we move from Friday into Saturday, a new set of fronts come our way, and there's another one coming in right behind. Windy as well. We'll see spells of rain. It's going to be windy in the southwest and the English Channel once again. The rain continuing to push from the west towards the east. Behind it there will be some showers, and they too could also be wintry. Our temperatures on Saturday, 6 in the north to 10 or 11 in the south, so it won't be quite as cold as it is at the moment. John and Naga.
Carol, you'll be this weather.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm very pleased to know that, Naga. It's very wise. Very wise of you as well.
And I had a double espresso.
Did you?
Yeah.
Is that your Christmas
And that
gift?
helped as well.
Use.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Do you know what, Carol? He does need though. New glasses.
Oh,
Literally.
bless
Do you know why?
John.
We noticed he's got sellotape on his glasses this morning. They broke yesterday.
Good morning. It's a cold and a frosty start to the day with the risk of ice on untreated surfaces. But for many, we're starting off on a sunny note. However, wet and windy weather coming in from the west will move eastwards through the day, and some of us will see some snow even at sea level. I'll have all the details coming up.
I know there's sunshine as well. Hi, Carol.
Good morning, everyone. This morning it's a cold start to the day. You can see this beautiful Weather Watchers picture with all the crystally droplets on it that frozen overnight in the low temperatures. We're looking at a widespread frost. We've also got some snow around coming in across Northern Ireland, now into Scotland and just fringing in across North Wales. But it's cold still in Farnborough, -6, in Manchester only 2, Edinburgh 3, Stornoway 5 degrees. So if you are stepping out, you will need to wrap up warmly. A weather front coming in from the west has produced all this rain, strengthening winds, and as it's bumped into the cold air, well, we've seen that readily turn to snow. So it's courtesy of this weather front that we're looking at the rain and the snow. Behind it is the warm front. The air will be less cold, but we do have a cold front following on behind, and then that means it return to some colder air a bit later on. Some of us starting off with some sunshine amid the frost and the patchy ice, and we've also got the weather front continuing to migrate from west to east, bumping into the cold air across Scotland, northern England, as far south as the Midlands. We could see some snow even at lower levels. Now we could see quite a bit in the Highlands and the higher routes, up to a fresh 15 centimetres falling 5 to 10 centimetres across northern England. And when you have a look at gust strengths, there'll be some drifting and also some temporary blizzards on the higher routes. But behind this weather front, which is quite distinctive here, we're in the less cold air, so readily the snow will turn back to rain. Now these are our temperatures, 3 to about 8 degrees. Moving on through this evening and overnight, there goes our weather front clearing away. There'll be a plethora of showers coming in. Some of those could be thundery, but a few of them will be wintry, even at lower levels. And temperatures not as low as the night just gone, but still cold enough for some frost and the risk of ice on untreated surfaces. So this is today's front, which will have moved away by tomorrow. We've got another one coming in from the Atlantic across southern areas. Now that is going to bring in some rain, some hill snow and sleet as it comes in across South Wales and also southern England, moving from the west to the east. Some hill snow and sleet possible at lower levels, the hill snow obviously not, and also gusty winds across the southwest and also the English Channel, gusting at times actually to gale force. North of that is sunshine and showers, some of those showers still wintry in nature, still with odd rumble of thunder and still feeling cold more or less across the board. Now overnight Friday we lose that weather front, and into Saturday we've got another couple of weather fronts coming our way. Again, as you can see from the isobars, it's going to be windy. Squally winds around this band of rain courtesy of the weather front moving from the west towards the east. Then behind that we're back into sunshine and showers, but still some of those wintry. Naga and John.
Carol, thanks.
Slightly nervous.
I do.
Yeah, you're going to enjoy this. Enjoy this because we're going to be